Thanks for tuning in to 210 Local Music Podcast. You're listening to episode 14.
210 Local Music.
Thanks again for tuning in to 210 Local Music Podcast. This is episode 14, and this is actually my third interview with an artist, and I would definitely consider tattooing an art. I know there's some that don't, but I doubt those people will actually listen to the podcast. So, for everyone else, it is art, and I really am fascinated with it. I, a long time ago, used to design some tattoos way back when, before the whole tribal thing kind of took over. Anyway, I got a chance to sit down with an old friend of mine, somebody that I hadn't really been in contact with in a very long time, Tara Quinn. I grew up with her older brother, Jimmy, and we hung out. He lived down the street from me. We'd hang out, play guitar, skateboard, or try to skateboard, and ride our bikes all around the neighborhood. And back then, the neighborhood was, pretty small. A lot of development hadn't happened yet. We're talking like early 90s. I guess we really started playing guitar. Well, I started doing the Guns N' Roses, I guess between Lies and the Illusions albums. And I think I started teaching Jimmy how to play like around I guess right after Nirvana came out, pretty much, which to me doesn't seem that long ago, but I guess it was. I guess it's been over 20 years at this point. I didn't really know Tara too well growing up. We hung out occasionally. She'd be there. She'd always kind of be there along with her other sisters as well. But I primarily hung out with Jimmy. I'm really glad that I got to reconnect with her on Facebook, especially because it brought you guys this episode. One of the great things about Facebook is that I've got tons of people on there that I don't get to keep track of consistently. People that I feel, a majority of people that we are such good friends that we could pick up 5 years from now as if no time had really passed and we'd be fine. We're not the kind of people that we have to be in constant contact. And that kind of felt the way it was with Tara. I don't know if you can hear it in the interview or not, but I felt like we were kind of picking back up a little bit, talking about old times. Check out her artwork. I'm going to throw it up on the website as well once this episode comes out and publishes, which you wouldn't be hearing if it weren't. It'll be at www.210localmusic.com/14. And she's also going to be listed in the art section as a featured artist, and you can see all of her social media links and everything that she has available. Not Twitter, you'll find out why later, but her Instagram specifically. I think everybody should follow if you find her artwork entertaining in any way, shape, or form, which I do. It's a very interesting take on, I guess, caricatures of animals. And just really fascinating stuff, and something I'm really excited to include would be the pictures of her Tattoo Fight Club stuff. You'll find out more about what Tattoo Fight Club is. I'm pretty sure you guys can kind of figure it out just based on that title. But the cool thing is that we were able to do the interview in the tattoo parlor at Dandyland, which is just inside 410 on Bandera. Really cool little place. Guys were real nice, letting me set up shop there. I came in with all my gear. They opened the door for me. It was actually really quiet. Unfortunately, and at the same time fortunately, there's no screaming in the background, so I guess that kind of would have added some ambiance to the episode. But I'm really hoping to get better sound quality, so that kind of lends itself to it. There's a little bit of side chatter here and there, no big deal. I'm overall pleased with how this episode turned out. Hopefully you guys are too. And if you have any empty area of flesh that you want tattooed, take a look at her stuff and head down to Dandyland and ask for her. I think, and let her know that you're there because of 210 Local Music. I think that would be awesome. I think she'd get a kick out of that, and I certainly would too. I think that'd be great. Episode 14, Tara Quinn, Dandyland Tattoo. There you go. First of all, thanks for the time. I appreciate it.
Good. I'm not doing anything else except for coloring, and that's.
Well, hey, that's important though. That's part of what you do,
Yeah.
And what the reason that I wanted to meet with you, because I saw all the stuff that you post on Instagram and just immediately impressed with the vibrance, the colors. I love your line work. I think it's awesome, and I'm glad to have you as my first tattoo artist.
Thank you.
Had a couple of other regular artists, like painters, and what are drawers even called? There's no name for drawers. That sounds so weird.
People that don't have a job, so they use a pencil. That's what I was before I started tattooing.
So now you have a different medium.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah. Same difference.
Yeah. Or stuck in a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was Well, actually, I digress. So the first question I ask everybody is, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Tara Quinn, and I color on people.
That's a nice way to put it.
I am a skin dermographic artist.
That's the PC version of
I stab people with colors.
repeatedly.
Yes, and they pay me to stab them.
Yeah.
Like,
So is there like a masochistic aspect to it all?
kind of, a little.
You enjoy
It's
it?
like, haha, sucks for you, nerd. But that's about it. Sometimes I feel bad, but then I'm like, no.
Do you have people crying on the table?
Yes.
A lot, or?
Yes, actually, more often it's men. I've had a guy, like, with big old tears crying for his
wow.
mama before.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what stops them from just saying I'm done and hopping up and?
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And it's like, sucks for you. Are you going to reschedule, or are you just going to...
walk off with half
Yeah.
the...
I've seen one guy, an old coworker of mine, was getting a chest piece. And he was like, all right, well, let me do this, and then we'll keep going. The guy was like, no, we're done. And he was like, no, I've got this to do. And he was like, no, we're done, and got up and just left.
Oh, wow.
And that was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Like, the guy just could not deal with it.
That, I hate to say it, I've used to do tattoo work a long time ago, just the design, never stabbing people repeatedly for fun. But, and I've got 13 tattoos out there, and I love them, I'm happy with them. I could never commit to one design. And I'm probably going to be one of those guys that would be like, oh my god, that's killing me, I'm leaving, I'm out.
See, you don't ever know until
Yeah.
you've got a tattoo. Like, I'm a little bitch. I can stub my toe and just fucking be fetal position on the ground, rocking back and forth, crying,
Yeah.
and sleep during tattoos. Like,
Wow.
it's just so fucking
A different type of
stabby relaxing.
pain mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Interesting.
Like, and I hear a lot of people be like, oh, I can give birth, and so I can do this. No, it's completely different. They give you drugs for giving birth.
Yeah.
But it's like a sunburn.
Yeah.
It's not really that intense.
Yeah.
It's okay, I can deal
Can
with
handle
this.
with it. Yeah.
If it hurt that bad, people would be like, fuck this, I'm out every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I cuss on that?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, don't worry. I don't answer to anybody. This is mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I will cuss that.
Sounds
Like a
good.
big kid.
Yeah, there you go. So, have you always lived in San Antonio?
No, I actually moved here from California when I was a little kid.
Okay.
Like, we were military, which is how my parents found out about this shithole. I hate it here. I do.
Like, still to this day you hate it here? Really?
But
it's all
I
you've
have
known.
a good job. No,
Do you remember California?
I moved out of California when I was a kid, so I don't really remember that.
Okay.
But when, like, not even that long ago, about like 10 years ago, I lived in Florida, and then after that I lived in Washington, and then I had to come back here. And it's sad, but I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, it probably because I'm a boring person. I come to work and I go home. And I'm either coloring here being retarded, or I'm at home being retarded. Whatever.
Hey, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
So, the way that I know you directly, because a lot of the people that I interview, not all of them, but a lot of them I know first, or am familiar with them to begin with. You and I knew each other when we were kids.
Yeah.
You grew up down the street from me. I was best friends with your older brother, Jimmy. And,
He's James now.
Oh. Seriously?
Yeah. He's,
James?
Like, I can call him Jimmy, and, like, my sisters can call him Jimmy.
I'm going to call him
but
Jimmy.
You can call him Jimmy.
I
tell
can
him I
probably get away
gave
with
you
it.
permission.
Okay, that
and
sounds
I'm
that
important,
sounds good.
so...
Yes, absolutely. And didn't he used to spell it J-I-M-I, like Jimi Hendrix, right?
Yep.
I wonder why they changed to James.
Because he works in a corporate office now.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
Makes sense.
It's
The image.
Yeah. It's
that makes
he's
sense.
a big boy now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, well, I
He's
get
gonna listen to this and be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, he's gonna listen to the
He's
first
gonna
30
call
seconds.
me and
then-
he's gonna be like, "You're not my sister anymore. I don't even know you."
That sounds like the Jimmy I remember.
No, he's totally cool.
Yeah.
He'll probably be like, "Damn it,"
I haven't
and then
seen
go
him
about
in
his
so
life.
long. I really haven't seen him in so long.
He's still rad.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a temper as much.
Yeah?
He doesn't beat me up.
Well, that's good, because I remember you guys... Actually, all of you used to beat each other up, pretty much.
You know, I don't even remember that. Like, I don't. All I remember is, like, la la, we're having fun, we're kids. Maybe a couple, every so often, I would give my little sister a complex, or my older sister would beat me up.
Yeah,
Or
I
Jimmy
remember
would beat me
Aaron
up, but
beating you guys up.
that's not what I remember.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, going to the zoo and having fun and going in the backyard and, like, that was,
climbing the
like,
tree.
Yeah.
You guys used to love climbing that tree.
My dad cut
Barefoot.
all of those trees down, except for my tree, because that was my tree. That was my tree.
So you guarded it?
Yes.
Did you pull a redwood and sleep in it overnight?
I tried, but they never let me.
Wow.
I probably will thank that for them.
That's funny.
Or thank them for that.
Yeah, that's funny. I still remember that tree. I remember all those trees.
Yeah. Like, that was, like, the most magical tree.
Oh, man. So, tell me a little bit about your family, aside from the aspect of not remembering getting beat up, even though I do remember, I think I remember Aaron kind of just grabbing you by your head and pushing you down.
It might have happened a couple times. So, no, I have an older brother and older sister. I'm the middle of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're older twins, and then I have a little sister. So I was always kind of, like, in the middle, just doing my thing when I have the baby of the family, and then the older kids doing their thing. So I was just like, whatever, y'all can do that. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna read a book.
There was really only like 3 years difference between you and Jimmy and
but
Aaron,
at
right?
some point, that 3 years is like they're magically older. They're fucking adults. When I was 10 and they were 13, they were so much older than me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
They were just fucking.
Creates a gap.
They were born in a different decade in my eyes. I was 10, they were 13, they were teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, then my little sister was like, oh my god, she's such a little baby.
How much of a difference is it between...
Like 2 years. I don't even think it was as much as, let's see, no, 84 and 82, 2 years.
Wow.
But
I remember her being so much smaller and younger.
A generation.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, that's my age.
Yeah.
That's, like, still in my age group.
That's funny. So and you mentioned that you would draw a lot. So do you think that had a large impact on your artistic expression?
You know, not as much as after I moved away from that neighborhood. Because as I said earlier, like, I moved into a tiny little 3-house town.
Yeah.
Like, I was amazed when I saw years later that they had gotten a stop sign. Like,
yeah, I've heard stories about Medina Valley.
No, I wasn't even in Medina Valley. I was in Mico, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Like, you don't even notice that there's a town while you're in it.
Just driving through it?
Yeah. Like, there's Medina Lake and, like, 2 businesses and an old... There's, like, 4 bars there. But less than 200 people.
That's funny. I can say I've never heard of Mico.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's Medina Industrial Corporation or something like
that.
Wow. It's named after the corporation that built the dam.
Huh. So it's like a I can't even think of what to call it. Like a junior town.
Like it was just there.
Yeah. Was it that everybody worked there? That everybody lived there, worked for the company, or
I have no clue.
Huh.
That I never really cared enough about that town.
So obviously you were locked in your room drawing.
Well, it's not even that I was locked in my room. It's that there was no other kids besides my siblings. There was like 1 or 2. Apparently, one of the guys on the Bachelorette this year.
Oh, really?
Lived there. Like, he was somebody that my little sister hung out with.
Oh, wow.
But there was one other girl, but she was my older sister's friend, and they were so much older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that, it's like I didn't have anybody hang out with, so I would just either read or draw. Mm-hmm. Maybe on paper, maybe on my walls. But either way, you
were drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going to Medina Valley, it's like, oh, these people don't like me because I'm new, so I'm just going to sit here and draw and not pay attention.
Yeah.
That, and I didn't want to do the schoolwork, so might as well draw.
So drawing was your escape and your outlet.
Yeah. And then after that, it was just like, I liked it so much, I didn't want to stop. Mm-hmm. Now, at this point, like, if I'm not drawing, then if I don't draw for, like, a week, I start going like antsy.
Anxiety
if it's
starts slipping
longer
in.
than that, it's like, what am I doing with my life? I need to do something. Stop that.
Yeah.
Let's go draw. We don't want to do things with our life. Let's go draw instead.
Yeah.
So then that happens. I actually went one year where I couldn't actually afford to buy a sketchbook, and the people I lived with were like, well, no, that's not important. We're not going to let you borrow money for that.
Oh, wow.
Within 2 weeks, they bought me 5 sketchbooks. Because they realized
You
that
tear
I
everything
needed...
apart.
Yeah. I was... Because I knew I had sketchbooks.
Yeah.
One of them had hidden them. But I knew I had them, so I ripped that house apart looking for it. And I'm not the best at, like, cleaning up after myself, like, where I'm living.
Yeah.
So that was just everything I was looking through was just everywhere. So they bought me sketchbooks so I would stop making messes.
Wow.
Because
Man.
I'm still, like, mentally 12 when it comes to that.
So, what was the jumping point for you to go from drawing on paper and pad to drawing on skin?
Actually, I realized that I wanted to do this when I was, like, 13.
Oh, wow.
I went back to California to visit some family I had there.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle was... I don't know if he was, like, in a biker gang or something like that, but... Their tattoo artist had gotten arrested.
Oh, wow.
So they told him he was going to be their tattoo artist, that he needed to learn.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if you've ever seen people that have been in jail for a while that tattoo on, like, those plastic cups.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, the like, you know those dollar cups you can buy at H-E-B? They're just plastic.
Yeah.
He had a couple white ones of those, and he was tattooing on those, and I was like, that's fucking amazing. I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
And so he gave me the cup. I had that cup for years. I probably had it for like 15 years.
Wow.
And then it got thrown away on purpose by someone. But, yeah. But, so I realized, wow, I could do that. I could do that with my artwork. I had wanted to previously work for, like, Disney. But then I realized I have to redraw the same damn thing over and over and over. And I think I mentioned that I'm kind of lazy.
Yeah.
But... I don't want to do that. I want to draw...
Fresh look each time.
Yeah. Like, coloring is different. Like, I redraw the same damn thing, like, 3 times now just to color it.
Yeah.
But that's because I want to color it, not because I have to.
Right.
Like...
Well, and plus Disney artists, they draw it and then somebody else colors it and somebody else does all the computer work now.
So and the computer work, it's great. I like the look of it. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I've tried working with tablet, and I'm still trying to, because like I'll put the pen down on the tablet and I'm used to looking at what I'm drawing while I'm drawing it.
Yeah.
Not looking at a screen while I'm drawing with my hands. Like, I watch my hands.
There's like
while
a weird
I'm drawing.
disconnect there.
So I've really tried, because I really want to use it. I like the way that stuff looks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I like my markers and my pencils and my pens more. I like the feel of the paper underneath my hand.
Well, shoot, with Illustrator, you could always do your line work. Well, you could probably do all of it there and then import it into Illustrator and let Illustrator digitize it.
Yeah, but...
that's a good way to do that.
I'm also not the best with computers. Usually I just say, hey, I need this on my computer, and I hand it to my husband and say, do this.
And then he'll take care of it.
Yeah, but with artistic programs and stuff like that, he doesn't know he doesn't have an artistic bone in his body.
Yeah.
I've seen drawings he did before. They're fucking hilarious. But he doesn't know how they're supposed to work, so he doesn't know what I need done with them.
Right.
So it's not like I can be like, hey, make this work. And he's like, ooh, poof, magic.
Yeah.
And it works. Like, he can install them, but he can't really do exactly what I need with them.
Right.
Plus, I use Linux. So
okay, it's a little bit more,
Yeah, I don't even know how to install shit. It's like...
Yeah, I've tried Linux.
I can go to the little thing where it says... Like, it has a thing where you can go and search what free stuff it has.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Find, like, I found GIMP.
Yeah.
And you click download and blam, download.
It's there, yeah.
But if it's not in there, I have no idea how to do anything with it. I play my games, and that's it.
And you're wearing a Minecraft shirt.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
the game I play.
I see it. I haven't gotten to play yet, but I'm an addictive personality. I got stuck on Diablo and World of Warcraft, and I lost a couple of years
I
of my
almost
life.
got divorced over Warcraft, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my wife can attest to the fact that, her saying goodnight to me and then saying good morning to me, and I haven't moved. Yeah.
That's how my husband was.
That's...
So, like, I uninstalled it
Yeah, same
and
here.
canceled it, and I have never looked at it again. Like, every so often, I'm like, I wouldn't mind playing that new expansion. No.
Yes, exactly. You're like, the pandas are out.
Yeah.
The pandas.
My daughter
They
wants
said
it.
it couldn't
She's
happen.
so obsessed with pandas.
Oh, yeah.
So she wants it for that. And I'm like, no, we can't have
can't
it
have it in the
house.
house.
You will not have a computer. Like,
It's like
I will take
alcohol,
it.
right?
Yeah. Like, and I don't even drink. It's like, I'm so addicted to
Other
art
things.
and video games.
There's no time for another addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing about Minecraft is I can do basically artwork on there. Like, on my Instagram, there's actually some of the builds I've done. But it's basically like drawing a 3D picture. It's like, you remember when you were a kid and you'd have graph paper and you'd like design a house?
Yeah.
It's that in 3D.
Huh.
But like I've done dragons, I've done forests,
Wow.
I've done all kinds of stuff with it. So it's just a different kind of art for me.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
that, and I can show it off because I'm on a server that has a couple hundred people on it. So I can be like, hey, look what I built. Everyone, look.
Huh.
So.
It sounds intriguing, but I gotta stop.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do it. I
will say it's not as addictive as Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like, I can be like, oh, I'm bored, and turn it off and go do something else.
Yeah.
Like, I actually have the ability to turn it off without somebody being like, you've been on that for 3 days. Have you taken a shit this week? Have you moved?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you would take a like right before going into a dungeon, you would take a brief break, and then you'd be like, I'm hungry. Holy crap, I have to take a piss.
I can do that
I gotta
later.
move.
Yeah.
You're like, how much time do we have? Well, we have 2 minutes. I'll just stay here.
Yeah. Like, I got to the point where it's like, I can't fucking do that anymore. I was getting headaches from looking at a computer screen. Like, I'd go to work and take my computer with me and play. Like, I do that here because I can. But, like, if a customer comes in, I don't have to be like, shit, I'm in the middle of a dungeon. You need to wait up there. I'll be out in like 5 minutes. Don't worry, I'll die.
5 minutes.
Yeah, just 5 minutes. And then like an hour later, I'm like, oh, was there a customer waiting for me?
Yeah.
So yeah, Minecraft, I can be like, hey guys, I gotta go. Bye. Click.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Go up there, talk to my customer, do a tattoo, and then come back here and draw and be like, oh yeah, I was doing something. And maybe log back in or say fuck it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No. I cannot. Okay, moving on to the next question. I gotta get away from this, because like I said, I've seen people playing it, and I'm like intrigued by it, but I'm also intrigued by the fact that it's just so retro looking. Like, I'm like, how many pixels? Is that 8 pixels? Is that 8-bit?
It's not. It, like, I guess it's pretty shitty looking, but it's shitty looking in a way that can be really fun.
Yeah.
So let's stop this before
Yeah,
I'm like, Minecraft.
I know.
Tattoos don't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be the whole Minecraft episode instead. Okay, so you were saying that you got into art because of your uncle and seeing that, specifically that cup.
Yeah.
Did he end up having you tattoo people?
Actually,
is that how you learned at that age?
They realized that he couldn't fucking draw for shit. So they had somebody else do it.
Uh-huh.
Like, that was the one and only time he ever even practiced with those machines, apparently.
Oh, wow.
So I just happened to be there to see it. He gave me the cup. I had the memento. That was rad.
Yeah.
Never did it again. Now, years later, I'm a tattoo artist, and he's never even done it. He's a butcher.
Oh, wow.
He's either a butcher or a cook or something.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't actually talked to him more than like 5 or 6 times since then. But, like, that was never even anything he wanted to do. It just happened to be that he did it right then and there when I was there and I saw it, and it's like, that's my lifelong ambition now. Like, it took me until I was 24, so 11 years.
From that point.
Yeah.
To get into
even
tattoo.
Get an apprenticeship. Like, okay, so I work at Dandyland right now.
Mm-hmm.
The hilarious thing about that, the guy that we were just talking to, 10 years ago, I came up here with a roll of Flash that I had drawn. It was so bad.
Okay, so explain Flash.
Flash is the stuff
I've seen you refer to it.
Like, you can go into a tattoo shop, and sometimes they'll have Flash up on the wall. It's the stuff that you be like, I'm in a saucy mood. I'm going to take that skull. Let's put that skull on me.
Yeah.
And they go and get the stencil from the back, and they make a stencil, and they slap it on you. That's cool.
Yeah.
Flash has its purpose.
Okay, so it's like I'll take 1A.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like this is Flash. This skull tattoo I have on my arm. That was my friend Ray Wallace did it, and he's rad.
Yeah.
Like, he's up in Austin. He's just fucking rad. But, so, I came in here with a roll of Flash that I was so proud of. Like, it was awesome. Rad tribal and butterflies and fairies and all of this stuff that is, like, the most cliche shit. That, like, I see
Simple Flash.
No, it was terrible.
Oh.
It was bad. I thought it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So, I come in here with it, and Miles, the guy we were just talking to, is like, no, we've already spent our Flash budget for the month. We're not interested. And just slides it back over to me, and I'm like, damn it. So this is actually the first place I ever got rejected from.
Oh, wow.
Then, like, I tried for a couple years after that. Like, in Washington I tried. They either weren't accepting apprenticeships or I did it wrong. Because there's definitely a way to approach getting an apprenticeship. Walking in and saying, I want an apprenticeship is not the way to go at all. I tried in Florida when I lived there. It didn't happen. Then I came back here and I got my apprenticeship. And so that's one of the reasons I still live here. Is because I'm a little bit more known here. My husband has a good job. My kids go to a good school up in Converse. It works. Maybe someday we'll go, but for now I'm here. My name is Tara Quinn, and you're listening to 210 Local Music.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/210localmusic. There are over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. So how did that go from before I want an apprenticeship to getting your first apprenticeship? What did it take?
Actually,
was it Flash that got you in the door there? Or?
No.
Okay.
No. I knew a person. I'm not going to state names because I can't stand the person. Like, she had done what I thought at the time was a really good tattoo on my older sister's back. It's not. But, yeah, I've had to work on it and fix it, and it's still pretty bad. But it's better.
It's getting there.
I was trying to get an apprenticeship from her, and she couldn't because she worked at another shop that wanted to charge her to do apprenticeships.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted to also charge me, so they were going to charge both of us, so they would get money and we'd both get fucked. So she was like, well, I can't do it. I can potentially accidentally say what I'm doing while I'm setting up and tell you what I'm doing about that, but I can't apprentice you. So we tried that for a couple of days. They found out she was doing that, and they told her that if I ever showed up to the shop again, that they were going to have to charge her for giving me an apprenticeship.
Wow.
So she took me to another guy that she knew, and he saw my artwork and was like, yeah, fine, I could tattoo this stuff. Let's bring her in and she can draw shit for me. Yeah. Which sucks. If you're ever looking for an apprenticeship, don't let somebody take your artwork and tattoo it themselves, because then they get known for your work. Yeah. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. But, so I did my apprenticeship. I did, it was pretty shitty. I got pepper sprayed.
Oh, man.
Because I photoshopped the owner's face onto Bob Ross's body with the hair and everything, and it was fucking hilarious. He thought it was fucking hilarious until he found out that an apprentice did it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that got me pepper sprayed in a small enclosed room that I then had to clean up.
Oh, jeez.
So we didn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that. I did learn some because a friend of mine, Ron Givens, he's another big new school artist. he worked there, and he realized that I wasn't actually being taught anything other than how to scrub tubes, and which is fine. You need to know that.
Right, the maintenance is still important.
But when it's the only thing you're learning, and you've been there for quite a while,
Yeah.
you kind of need to learn something else at that point.
Yeah.
So he actually sat me down, taught me how to do lines, how to actually get solid color. Another friend of mine, Memphis, who, if I recall correctly, he's working up in Dallas. Can't remember the exact shop, but his name is Billy Chester. He's fucking rad too.
Okay.
He taught me a lot about coloring, a lot about theory, stuff like that. Even down to, hey, use colored pencils for your sketches because you can build up on it a lot more than just
like
graphite.
markers or... Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of what I've learned on my own. But the important things, like how to actually tattoo, came from those two guys.
Okay.
They were really fucking influential.
Wow.
Other than that, it's just been working and getting better. So
yeah. Well, like I said, I love what I've seen. I follow you on Instagram, and I just, like, for example, this guy here, this walrus.
The voodoo walrus.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, I did that as a tattoo fight club.
Explain Tattoo Fight Club to me, because I keep seeing that hashtag on your stuff, and I don't know the story behind it, so I'm curious.
Okay, so two guys, I think it was at Earthgrasper and at On My Dong on Instagram, and I love that username so much. They came up with this thing called Tattoo Fight Club, where, say I'm an artist, I am, and you're an artist, and what I do is I challenge you. And when you accept, one of us says, okay, so I said walrus. Or I said voodoo, and she said walrus. So we have to combine those two subjects into one drawing.
That's
we
cool.
have 2 days. We have to say, do we want it vertical or do we want it horizontal? And then we post them both up, and other people decide which one.
That's very cool.
And I love Tattoo Fight Club. It's so fun. Like, I will say I've gotten a lot of those drawings jacked off my Instagram.
Oh,
but
man.
it's gotten to the point where I don't even give a shit anymore. It's like, I'm drawing it, I'm having fun doing it, just throw up a picture that's angled and they can't trace it, and done.
Yeah,
and
that
even
helps.
if they do, then whatever, they've got a
They had to work
shitty
even harder.
angled picture that is going to never look good.
Yeah. So, has tattoo art specifically been what you're wanting to continue doing? Do you have other, like, I see your work and I see potential album covers.
You know, maybe if I was ever approached, I might, but I'm not even drawing specifically for tattoos. I'm just drawing.
For
they
you,
just happen to work because I've been doing so many tattoo drawings for a while now. They just happen to work as tattoos as well.
And has that, like, I noticed that everything that you've done has a particular style to it, almost like a caricature of whatever it is that you've selected. Has that style been continuous throughout? Is that your something that you've been doing for a long time?
Do you remember me mentioning that I wanted to work for Disney?
Yes.
It's basically the same thing. Like, it's
So it's just taking
I've
that.
always wanted to do animals. Like, if I could say, no, I'm not doing anything but this for the rest of my life, it would be animals.
Yeah.
Stupid cartoon animals doing stupid cartoon things.
But see, I wouldn't even say stupid, because, I mean, like, this is definitely not Disney. It's Disney meets, I don't know, it's
Voodoo?
Disney meets, well, in this one particular, yeah. Disney meets, I guess, and I don't even want to say Burton, because Burton's kind of campy. I wouldn't consider this campy. I'd consider it, it's dark, and it's playful at the same time.
But not all of
Like, I
them
love
are
this. I love this little doll.
Like, I've got... This is one I started recently. Oh, there's actually my version of the Tattoo Fight Club logo.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna come back over here.
Let me see. Like,
Wow.
I have stuff in here. I just have to find... Like, that's not dark.
No.
It's just an anchor
Yeah.
that's a cartoon. That's kind of dark. That's actually the one I want to do for Halloween.
That's really cool looking.
It's a zombie dog petting itself with a severed arm.
That's awesome.
Hopefully somebody will let me do it for him on Halloween. That would be really cool.
Do you tend to find that people that come in to get a tattoo, do they have something in mind already when they come to you, or do they let you have pretty much
Sometimes
license
it's
to
both.
stuff?
Most of the time, somebody will come in and be like, well, I want this animal, and the people at the counter will say, well, look at her stuff, because she really likes to do animals. And if they want that, I wouldn't even say cartoony, I'd say animated.
Okay.
If they want that style, then I'm probably going to be the one to pick it up, and then I listen to their idea and I draw what I see in my head. Most of the time, it works. Sometimes they specifically see my work, they come in for me, and they're like, yeah, I love what you do. I want you to do this tribal for me. And it's like, why?
Yeah, based
Fuck
on what
you.
you've seen, how is that anything related?
I had one girl come in that this is actually going to be a really fun tattoo still. I drew a giraffe. She wanted a giraffe in a tutu. She brought me the kid's book that it was from.
Cute.
And she said, I really like your work. I've seen your style. I specifically ask people now, have you seen my portfolio? Have you seen the way I draw things? And they're like, yeah. Apparently that doesn't always register with people, because I showed her the tattoo I had designed, and she was like, oh, I really like that, but it's way too cartoony. It's like, that's what I do. I don't even know why you want me to tattoo you.
That's like going to a black and white photographer and saying, it'd be nice if there was color.
Yeah.
Really?
That would be like going to Kelly Doty and being like, I want you to do script on me. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I say it rhymes with Michael, but I don't know. I have internet friends, and I'm like, I'm just gonna not say their names because I don't know how to pronounce shit.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I was a big reader when I was a kid. I was talking to my mom. I was like, I know how you spell subtle, but how do you spell subtle?
Yeah.
Is it S-U-T-T-L-E? Because I know subtle has a B in it.
Right.
And she just started cracking up. It didn't take me until a year later to realize that, no, I was just being an idiot. So now...
I wouldn't say that.
Well, yeah, but I would.
For being somebody who is locked in the room either reading or drawing,
yeah.
I mean, you don't have a reference point. It makes sense. I did the same thing. Wolverine is my prime example. What are his bones made of? Adamantium. When I was growing up, somehow I twisted in my eyes and I saw autotanium. How did I get autotanium? Really have no clue. And it's only been within the last few years that I've been able to consistently say adamantium without any problems.
There's this one guy that I follow online. His name is Stu Pagden. I followed him for a year and a half, and I just now realized last night, oh, that's not Pagdinger. I don't know how it became Pagdinger, but it did. It's am I pronouncing this right now?
Yeah.
Because I know that
was wrong.
Because there is no Inger in there. I don't even know how the ER...
It got in there, yeah.
It's like my brain just throws shit at me and be like, ha! Deal with that.
Autotanium.
Yeah.
But there's no U. Yeah, Adam Ant. I should have...
Well, I mean, maybe that's what the English call it, because they have aluminium.
True. Aluminium. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe I wanted to be British. Maybe I wanted to be Gwyneth Paltrow.
Maybe that's how they pronounce it.
Oh, man. So, tell me about your process, because I see a lot of layering, tracing paper put over. Do you do just initial sketch and then refine after that?
Well, what I usually do is I'll have the initial sketch that, as I said, I use colors. I'll start in a really light color. Mm-hmm. Then I'll do a slightly darker color, and then I'll just grab whatever colors I like and just go at it and fill in where do I want the shadowing on this, where do I want that. Then I'll take a piece of tracing paper and tape it on top, and then I do the lines on that. Because I have not figured out that there's probably a less labor-intensive way to do this. Because then I take the lines that I've just traced onto the tracing paper and tape it onto my marker paper and retrace it again. And then I color on that. This, I had that literally taped underneath here. Mm-hmm. You can still see where some of the color blended through on that.
Yeah.
I guess it's there somewhere. I know it's there. Because I had to keep it there because those don't have lines. So I had to keep it there so I could figure out where those went. But then I'll generally like save this. Say somebody comes in and they want that tattooed on them like right now.
Yeah.
Then I can just run that through the stencil maker. Like I'll have my actual finished colored version that I could like put up on the wall. Mm-hmm. And then this can just be saved in my massive piles of paper that I have everywhere. Like,
so even though it's more labor intensive, technically, I mean, if you can just throw that into the stencil maker, then
yeah,
that kind of gets all the jobs done at once.
I've always been a fan of having redundancy because I used to not.
Yeah. And
then, like, I'd line directly on my sketch, and then I'd have to go erase what I could, and then try and color on that. And sometimes it worked, but then sometimes I'd fuck up.
Yeah.
And I'd just throw the whole thing away because I didn't have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, I fucked that up. Let's go ahead and retrace it and recolor it. Or if I'm feeling particularly lazy, I can just scan that.
Yeah. And
recolor it on like printer paper, which I've done before.
Yeah. Interesting. So, lost my place here. So, you mentioned a couple of other tattoo artists and other artists in general. Is there anybody locally that you follow? Instead of, like, I know the Instagram thing, you follow other people there, which...
Well, there's some people up in Austin. There's Jeremy Miller. There's actually all of the dudes at Pigment Dermographics are really fucking good. Okay. Then, as I said, Ray Wallace. He's not cartoony at all. He's really, like, traditional, and he's got a lot of, like, background culture thrown into his stuff, and it's, like, really fucking neat.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple I follow that I didn't even know are close. But then portraits, there's... Let's see. What was his name? Nate Beavers in Houston. He's pretty fucking fantastic.
I think I've heard of him, yeah.
But then the guys I work with, like... Yeah. I like to pretend that Miles is good. Miles?
I like to pretend I'm good too.
That's cool, because... He's not. No, I'm actually getting tattooed by him next Saturday. I'm going to get a pirate shark.
Oh, cool.
Or next Sunday.
You can do next Sunday?
Didn't we say that?
This Sunday?
That's... Well, you know what I meant. This Sunday coming up.
Yeah. The Sunday that matters.
Yes. I'm getting a pirate shark that I saw drawn on a table like the day I started working here. And I was like, I'm going to get that tattooed. You're going to tattoo that on me, okay?
Yeah.
He was like, fuck you. And I finally convinced him to do it.
And how long has it been?
What's it been, 3 years?
Sounds right.
That.
Sounds
3 years.
I have no concept of time anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every day is exactly the same.
Dementia.
Yeah. Alzheimer's.
Old timers.
So, let's see. Oh, actually, yeah. Perfect. We were talking about Instagram earlier. Since you use Instagram a lot, and I see on your Facebook page as well, do you find that brings a lot more people in?
It absolutely has.
Do you think that that's a tool that every tattoo artist should take advantage of?
It is. Like, if you just need to have, like, good pictures of your work. Throw it up, and, like, anyone that likes it, that shows up on their friends' pages if they go to what their friends have liked recently. Mm-hmm. So, like, I've probably gotten a lot more people seeing me since I... Like, before that, it was Facebook. I kind of went on somethingawful.com, and they kind of were like, oh, okay, you're okay. Yeah. But then Instagram, like, that, I fucking love Instagram. Like, all I have to do is point, click, bam, people see it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to fucking upload it. I don't have to be like, oh, Imager. Like, it's just there. Yeah. And then I can use that to upload directly to, like, Tumblr and Facebook, and I guess other people use Twitter. I don't. Mm-hmm. I feel old when I say that. You know, the tweet thing? The thing that birds use.
You don't tweet?
No, I'm not a bird.
But would you draw a bird?
I've drawn plenty of birds.
You should draw a Twitter bird.
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Is it something just against Twitter in general? Just the,
No,
is it
I
the
just-
140 characters or less?
I
That,
really feel old when I try and use it because I never have. Like, people would be like, oh, go look at this picture that this person uploaded on Twitter. And I'm like, how? And I'm like beating on my computer like a fucking caveman. And I'm like,
Like
I don't
Zoolander?
yeah. I'm trying to
Start
get the
smacking.
files. Like, I feel ridiculously inept when I'm trying to use Twitter. I'm pretty sure that if I actually tried for like a week, I'd be like, oh, I feel dumb for not being able to figure this out. But
well, and I think that's the great thing about Twitter, though, is if you hook it up to your Instagram, let your Instagram handle it.
But
And
I
you don't
don't
even
even-
have to tweet
I don't even want to go make
a Twitter account.
Yeah, because like then I feel like I have to use it other
Yeah,
than
I can
Instagram.
understand that.
Like Facebook, I can be like, oh, well, I had Facebook first. I've already used that.
Yeah.
I don't have to anymore. I can just use Instagram. But if I did the whole Twitter thing, I'd be like, oh, now I have to write shit. Okay, I'm eating. There. I tweet it. Now I can ignore it. But then I feel like I'm a hipster or some shit. Because do I have to upload a picture of my food too?
No, you don't have to do anything like that. That's
See,
that's the great thing about Twitter. Like I said, if it's hooked up to your Instagram,
See, but I really
just
don't.
shoots it out to
Then I
everything.
would use it, and then people would really know a lot more than they wanted to. Like, they don't need to know when I'm going to the bathroom. They don't need to know when I'm eating.
See, but then that
But
comes
see-
that comes from within. So you feel from within
Well,
that you would tell
generally
people.
going to the bathroom does come from.
Well,
within.
yes, of course it does. But do you feel that sharing that would be like, I'm taking a dump. I need to let people know.
Yeah, but what if they don't want to know?
But do you really want people to know that you're taking a dump?
No, but I would impulsively do it because I would have. It's like you have like crack in front of you. You just want to try it.
Oh man.
I don't. I've never had crack in front of me, so I don't know if that's really what.
What would
happens,
happen?
But,
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's happened to some people. It's like, just a little crack. Just a little crack.
Well, shoot, ask Jimmy. We went to Taft,
you
and there was
crack
a lot.
with him?
No, no, I'm not saying that. Well, I mean, Taft wasn't great about not having drugs available. I mean, there was people smoking pot everywhere, and
Yeah, that's high school. That's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
best place to go to get drugs.
yeah, and it was amazing that more often than not, I saw people drinking than I saw people getting high.
Yeah, I kind of drank a lot in high school. I'd take like a Gatorade,
Oh,
just like a lemon lime Gatorade container,
Empty it
and
out.
I'd fill it with Midori melon liqueur.
so it looked identical.
And it smelled fruity, so the teachers would be like, okay, and I'd be like, yep, good night. And I'd just have my liquor there, and they would be clueless, because they were like 600 years old. I don't think they even understood what alcohol was, even.
Midori, what's Midori? Yeah.
It's just,
No, I'm saying that's
Oh.
what they would probably say. They would probably
well,
weren't
they wouldn't even know it, because it smells like some different flavor.
like a
of-
Jolly Rancher or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Like, when you're a 14, 15-year-old girl, and you're supposed to be cool by drinking liquor, at least you can be like, oh yeah, it's totally alcoholic.
Yeah.
I realize now that it's like going to fucking anywhere with a wine cooler.
Yeah.
You're not cool. It's a wine cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to sit on my porch drinking Smirnoff Ice because I thought it was cool.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Once I realized it, done.
At least it wasn't
Plus,
Zima.
It made me. Oh no, I never did Zima. No. But the Smirnoff Ice would make me bloated. So I'd sit on my porch. I'd drink like 5 or 6, and then I'd just lean back, be like, "Oh, I'm gonna die."
Yeah, like I got to a point where I realized that better liquor is, or actual liquor is better, but then I was
Yeah.
still drinking shit like Rickaloff, the $5 jug.
See, that's
that
the
you can get.
great separator is okay. Yes, this is better liquor just by the fact that it's liquor, and now it's more expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
but so I'd go get those big jugs of Rickaloff vodka, and
Oh, man.
I'd finish one, like between me and like one friend, we'd finish that shit in a night.
So if you're in the middle of a tattoo and your liver just completely, or your kidneys, I guess, would it be kidneys or liver? I always forget which one gets messed up.
Your liver.
Liver? Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that my kidneys probably weren't fans of it, but no,
The liver would be
I
affected.
actually
Yeah, that's
stopped
right.
drinking because of Rickaloff. Like, it got to the point where I was just like, I can't even fucking function.
Oh man.
Like, that was right before I started actually tattooing.
Yeah.
So, like, the last time I drank was the day I was supposed to start tattooing. Like, I got so fucking drunk that I went and slept for 12 hours, and I was still drunk when I woke up.
Oh, man.
Like, I got to the shop, and I was like, I'm gonna go lay on the couch.
Wow.
And they were like, you're supposed to be tattooing, and I was like, no, I'm not. I should not.
Oh,
and that was,
wow.
like, the last time I ever, like, seriously drank. Because I
feel like this is a VH1 moment.
Dun, dun. Behind the tattoos.
So you were drunk on the couch, and
Yeah.
you realized your career's in front of you. It's either that or the
honestly,
alcohol.
I probably could have just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Because the person that got me that fucking drunk was the owner of the shop. So, and it was actually at the shop that we were at. So I was like, this isn't fucking cool. That was like around the time I quit.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this isn't gonna be good for me. I don't even want to drink.
Yeah.
And then I stopped drinking. It was,
And now it's business.
yeah, like
Still fun and everything.
Now I'm like, I drink a beer and I'm like, woo.
Now you're a cheap date.
Yeah, but now I'm married, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, there you go. And then now he's not going to buy drinks for you. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, he would
Buy one
love to buy drinks for me. Like, he's always like, I go out with him and my mom and like my kids, and he'll like just keep getting drinks for my mom because he knows that she'll drink them. He's
Yeah.
like, woo, drinking buddy. Like,
Oh, man.
I feel bad because he's always like, hey, you want me to make you a drink? You want me to go get you something? I'm like, yeah, could you get me a soda? Could you get me some water?
That's funny.
I don't drink water. That was a joke. Water is bad for you.
Water is bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, but don't people need to be hydrated to get a tattoo?
You can get all of the liquids you need from shitty carbonated drinks.
So before you come in, load up on sugary carbonated.
Coffee.
Oh, coffee.
Yeah, coffee
okay.
also has liquid in it.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. It does. So, as far as your artwork, tattooing, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully better.
So it's just this constant state of improvement.
Yeah, like, I don't even care where I am in 5 years as long as I still have like fingers
To
and
draw.
hands and the ability to do this, because it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, I told my mom when I was like 5 that she asked me what I was going to do for a living, and I was like, color. And fuck that, I did that.
Yeah, that's.
I was right. I was a right 5-year-old. I knew
That's really
what I was
awesome.
doing. Like, that's all I really want to do is I want to color. Like,
Well, you do a damn good job.
and tattooing is just fun. It's a fun way to color.
Yeah. So if somebody were to write a book about you, this is a question I ask everybody, what would the title be?
Fuck.
That could be taken so. That's like the most used verb, adjective,
Yeah,
noun
I mean,
ever.
It describes everything. It's just like, fuck.
Never had that one
You know,
before.
honestly, I really don't know the answer to that. So that was just...
A placeholder?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just leave that there because I have no idea. It's like, it wouldn't be like how bitch got rich or anything, because I'm never going to get rich doing this.
Well,
Like,
there's some rich tattoo artists out there.
yeah, but I don't really care about being rich. Like, I just want to
The
color.
art for it.
Like,
The art of it. Well,
it doesn't
cool.
really matter to me.
Well, that's a good way to live, though. Do what you love to do and just keep doing it and get better at it.
Yeah, I wish more people would, like, realize that they can actually get paid doing things they love to do. I mean, unless if they're loving murder.
Yeah.
So they probably
Well, they-
shouldn't get paid to do
they
that.
could get
but-
paid to do that.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they
But
probably pretty well, too, if
yeah,
they do it right.
Probably shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. So no, we're not promoting murder on this podcast.
Well,
Oh, I'm not.
maybe.
You can if you want. Maybe?
Maybe.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. And I think as I conclude, I definitely want to take a look around and see what else you got here. Because nobody can see this, unfortunately, but we're surrounded by toys, which for me is
My
awesome.
nerd collection.
Because if I had a man room, I would have toys. Right now, they're all in the closet. Thanks, honey. I'm kidding, honey. Don't kill me.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's my husband that is like, you need to put your stuff up.
Well, anyway, thanks again for your time, and I appreciate it. And I'll throw your links on for Instagram and everything, and eventually Twitter, maybe. I'll keep my eye out. If I see a Twitter pop up, I'll throw it on the website too.
I'll have to be like, honey, do you know how to use the bird thing?
I need a Twitter.
Do it for me.
I need a tweet.
Yeah. I think he knows how to use Twitter. That's kind of his job to do computer stuff, so he probably knows.
Well, then there we go. If I see it, I'll throw it up.
All right.
Cool. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks again for listening to episode 14, my interview with Tara Quinn, tattoo artist. Check out her social media stuff on the site, 210localmusic.com/14, and she'll have her own special area. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be called 210localmusic.com/Tara Quinn. She'll be one of the featured artists as well. So check her out there. Follow her on Instagram. When you go see her, let her know that you found out about her through us. No, we don't get a cut of it, and no, I wouldn't care to get a cut of it. You know, she works hard. She does what she does. She should get all of her money. Check out Dandelion Tattoo Parlor. Even if she's not available, there are some other really great tattoo artists there that can kind of fill any need that you've got, whether it's photorealism or tribals or caricature animals. They're a great place. And I know they're a staple among San Antonio. I've heard about them for years, and I've never actually gotten to step foot into the studio until recently. We've got some major events coming up soon. The 28th and 29th, I will be at MonsterCon, which is brought to you by Socio Band. Xander Ash, you can follow him on Twitter, and I believe on Instagram as well under Xander Ash, or look up Socio Band, either one. And it's a 2-day festival. We got over 20 musicians. One of them, among them, which I'm super excited to see again, is Terra Ferna. I keep missing these guys. If something comes up, or for example, the last time that I had the opportunity to go see Terra Ferna, the Puro Pinche pop-up party happened, and I got an invite from Jen to be able to go. She put me on the VIP list, which was really cool. I've never been a VIP before, so that was kind of neat. So I unfortunately missed out on Terra Ferna, which, it's going to happen. I think the more shows I miss that I'm sad to miss means that there's more shows that I would love to see, which to me is the best thing possible for San Antonio music. And I don't see anybody as competitors because, these guys play here all the time, So I'm really excited to be able to check them out, maybe get a little bit of an interview with them. I'll be covering the event, hopefully doing a live podcast through Mixler, which is an app on my iPhone and on my iPad. Check it out. For those who are interested in podcasting, it does allow you to do a live podcast, and then later on you can capture that, download it, and then republish it out, which I'll do for you all here through the high-quality server. And it should be very good quality as far as the recording itself. As far as the sound and everything, it depends on the venue. It's actually going to be at Crossroads Wonderland. I don't even know what it's called anymore. It's just right outside the Bijou. They seem to have gotten that whole area kind of eventified. We'll see. That's supposed to be something major. I'm really excited about that. And actually, I think we've got the Terra Ferna episode. I don't normally preview episodes for you guys. Well, I don't normally preview episodes at all just because, stuff happens and stuff gets rearranged, moved around. But I'm excited to say that Terra Ferna will be our next episode. So, kind of giving a shout-out early in advance for them. You'll hear their podcast episode it'll be out on Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday is the event. I'll get more times and more specifics once we get closer. So that'll be stuff that I'll let you guys know about next episode. I'm really excited to say that I've been chosen for the Raw Awards as a semi-finalist judge. So I'm really excited about that. I also am going to be at the Alamo City Comic Book Convention, which is at, I believe, the Henry B. That's going to be on October 25th, 26th, and 27th. Don't know if I'll be there each and every day, but I'll try to be there at least 2 of the 3 days and walking around and checking everything out. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Those of you who haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets. You're not going to want to miss it. The original Batman and Robin are going to be there. I believe Glenn and Maggie, and I think a couple of others from The Walking Dead will be there as well. One of the newer characters from last season. Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters fame will be there. Oh, and I don't know how I could forget Machete will be there. I'm really excited to meet Machete. Anyway, hope to see you all there. Buy your tickets now. Don't wait. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I know that's a little bit of housekeeping there, but just wanted to throw all of that out there. And thanks again to Parachute Promise for sponsoring the 210 Local Music radio podcasts. Again, we really appreciate it. That's going to be 8 episodes. One of them should have come out this morning along with this one in tandem. We'll see if we can fill your music needs, San Antonio. Spread the word about the podcast. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the website 210lm.com. Check us out there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening, y'all. Take care. This episode's featured band is Bite Lip Bleed with He Said, She Said.